Robbie Wong here, going to play some Lurrus enchantments in a traditional historic event, which means it's best of 3, which means they're sideboarding. And unfortunately, I lost 2 of the recordings trying to make Streamlabs work, and I'm sure I did something wrong because plenty of streamers use Streamlabs, but I was dropping tons of frames, and it wasn't recording properly. So the video exists, but it's unusable. But some really good sets, So I'm sad, But here we are, and we're playing Magic, so it's a good time. So I'm going to be greedy and keep this. I have the Ornithopter. Oh, if this is like a big mono blue battle. I was saying it's like, well, this hand still plays because I can go Ornithopter, Curious Obsession, and then off to the races. But we drew the second land, so we're okay. So this is either Spirits or mono blue. Second island, a little bit more like mono blue. Wow. No blocks. So we're kind of taking a beating in that way. So then do I... Like the life gain is going to be important with the out. You know what? I'm gonna put Staggering Insight on this, and it won't even matter. So this, and I'm gonna hold off on this because if they bounce my Ornithopter, and plus I might have a better spell come into my hand from Curious Obsession. Okay, man, I really hope we can keep this alive. If there's not a whole lot of Brazen Borrower, we're going to be able to punch through pretty aggressively. Okay, so all. Okay, so let's go Staggering Insight on the spread it out. Oh, man, I made an error. In my head, this was lifelink. I switched it. So just a Lofty Denial. So kind of didn't matter. And then we'll give this Flight just so we can be mana efficient, and it matters for the. Oh, it gives a plus. I didn't know that. All right, so let's see if they chump block. They do not. Gain a little bit of life. We draw a card. So the good news is our deck can keep has more life gain than their deck, and we're going to be able to out damage them as well. So we just have to avoid the bounce, like unsummons and Brazen Borrowers, which it's looking a little, it's smelling like that right now. All right, so let's go. We have 2 All That Glitters, so we want the second one to stick, and I think the second one needs to stick on the Alseid. So here comes the Trickster. Trickster stopping that. So I could give it self-protection, but that defeats the purpose. So there's that. And then here comes the Booyah. Alright, so now, do I swing for 7, or do I hold this back to eat one of their creatures if they don't have Unsummon? I think I put Pedal to the Metal. Okay, so both flying. That'll skip over Merfolk Trickster. Just going for it. Okay, so that must mean they have a bounce spell of some kind to send back one of these. Okay, so let's do this to protect, and then they need a bounce in response if they have it. Okay, so they didn't do it. Let's go Arcane Flight on this Ornithopter. So Lookout's Dispersal. Okay. So they're dead then. Right? Because one of these is going to get through, and if they have a spell, I can counter it with Lifespan. They're both lethal, so only one has to go through. Judge says... Oh, it knocked off a bunch of enchantments. It's kind of an oopsie. It's okay. We're going to gain a lot of life. A better player than me would have known that going in. Kor Spiritdancer. You're a little late to the party, so we're going to send you to the bottom. Enter. That lifelink, it's brutal in this matchup. Every time you connect with the Life's Bounty, it's time walking the damage they did. All right, so they've got a grip full of cards, which is the scary part. Their attack will tell us a lot about what they intend on. Okay, so no blocking for them. No blocking for them. So then they have another bounce spell. Another Brazen Borrower. So then I get blown out if they have two bounce spells, right? So they'll go bounce spell, protection, bounce spell. We're going for it. They're both lethal threats. Here comes the bounce spell. Oh, we can't play around it, so. Okay. That is on the ground. So now they need unsummon, unsummon. A lot of things went wrong for a lot of different reasons. So I was playing around unsummon, two unsummons. So the Merfolk Trickster. All right, so if I had activated Alseid before combat, then they could play it in response and tap down the other creature. So that doesn't work. So I'm happy with my decision. Spell Pierce, Spell Pierce, Spell Pierce. Not that. Dovin's Veto? Do we want more interaction, or do we just want to go toe to toe with them? I think I want to be in the same sort of position. So I'm going to get rid of my removal and just have the counterplay. Everything is flying, so this is like less exciting. And so it's just like 1 mana +1/+1. My former self has come to battle. My present self. With curiosity in the format, there's a lot that's there. Okay, this is great. We kind of wish this was an Alseid, but you know, can you do? So this is really soft to. So then, do we pile on to Adanto to spread out the bounce target? So this way, it's like we still draw all the cards from the enchantments, but then we don't trigger the. There's the spell pierce. Okay, so here I'm. That's a spell pierce. It has to be. So if it's a spell pierce, I'm going to go Spiritdancer and dodge the question, swinging for 1. And this is just when cast, right? Yeah, so we're going to get value out of our enchantments regardless of whether they bounce it or not. Now, that being said, I think an Arcane Flight on the Ornithopter for a defensive purpose is pretty tasty. The Curiosity does not add +1/+1. It just does the draw a card if you connect. Curious Obsession buffs. So if Arcane Flight resolves, then we're in a good position. So I'm going to play 3 mana's worth of spell. I'm going to play Hallowed Fountain, and I'm not going to get got by Spell Pierce. Okay, so Arcane Flight on Ornithopter. Brazen Borrower, the Kor Spiritdancer. I can't cast a response, so that bounces. This that sticks. That's great. So now I want a Staggering Insight the dog. They can't. They're not out to kill. Ooh, 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 no! I want this back, and I want to stop their cards. Although if they brazen that aggressively, that makes me feel like there's another Brazen Borrower. Petty theft. Verdict says they're eyeballing it, or an unsummon. So they have another bounce spell. They're trying to figure out which one they want to bounce. Yeah, okay, so second petty theft. Can't do anything about that. The only good news is Ornithopter goes back on the board pretty quick and easy. So here, they're tapped out. All right, so let's go Kor Spiritdancer. Let's put this on Selfless Savior. Drawing lots of cards. The life link is so awesome, though. Like we are not we are not being outdone. Yes, land would be great. I can't cast everything in my hand anyways. Another spell would just sit and get stale. So notably, the Brazen Borrowers can't chump block the Selfless Savior. So Siren Storm Tamer. Siren Storm Tamer. Alright, so they didn't hit, so I'm actually going to throw this Ornithopter away to deny them the card. Yes, this is awesome. Alright, so gosh, I wish I had an enchantment. So we're going to Life's Bounty to give Doggo protection against blue. Although if I do that, I lose all the enchantments. So fun fact. See if they chump. Not surprised, but we gain 3 life. Now, with the rest of our cards, I think I want to Spiritdancer. So that way, if I get an enchantment, I can play a lot of cards real quick. I'm going to hold up Dovin's Veto. Here comes Spectral Sailor. Can't do anything about this. Bap. They draw a card. Really need some enchantments to get the gas going again. That's not what I was talking about. Do I have enchantments in the bin? I have one Arcane Flight. So I can go, let's put this back in my hand. And then next turn we can play it. And then let's just gain 3 life again. You draw 3rd Brazen Borrower. Just Merfolk Trickster. Okay, can't do anything about that. That taps down, doggo. No attacks then. And I want to keep up Dovin's Veto. Here comes Spectral Sailor. Oh, nothing attacked. That was a huge mistake. I should have sent in a well, is it? Merfolk would eat it. And I can get it back with Lurrus. I'm not worried. See if they have another. They've got a grip. And it's all gas because they were stuck on lands at the first couple turns. They drew it. They drew it. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I bet I get another one. Yeah, all right. We got there. Merfolk Trickster. Okay, I can't do anything about that, so I'm going to let that happen. That gets tapped. All right, let's play this out. Let's play this on this. Let's make. So this is 3/5. They'd have to block with everything to stop it. So let's just hit it again. And if we can't get a few more enchantments, all right, we're really heavy on the. If I cast Lurrus, I cannot cast anything from the bin. Maybe I should have put it on the Life's Bounty. Okay. All right. Well, now you have a flyer to contend with. Okay, so let's. What do we want to keep up? What do we want to lose? I want to keep up the pressure. So let's do this. Not sure it was 100% over, but I can agree with that. Thank you for the gold, Motown. I'm Robbie Wong. Thanks for watching. I'll be back on later tonight. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe.